So hello, this is the Angry Game Master, and welcome back to the long-awaited return to streaming that is Angry Plays. Tonight, Angry is playing, that's me, but of course I'm using the royal third person here. Angry is playing Axiom Verge. Axiom Verge is a recent release, which you can get on Steam, and I think it recently became available on the PS4. Unfortunately, my Elgato, my capture card, is still dead, and my laptop isn't actually great for streaming PC games, and also I absolutely hate PC games because I'm a console gamer. But I'm playing this on a PS4 or PS3 controller, so I guess that counts. So Axiom Verge is a game that I bought sort of blind. The only thing I knew about it was that it had recently been developed, and it's sort of it's supposed to be a very good Metroidvania experience and sort of a throwback to the original NES, because every friggin' indie game now is a love letter to something on the original NES. But I started playing it, I got about 15 minutes into it, and I was impressed by what it did enough as compared to games like Super Metroid that I knew I was in love with it, and I wanted to go ahead and keep playing it. And I figured, well, I got nothing better to do tonight, so I will fight with my laptop, and I will go ahead and see if I can stream this, and so here we are. I've only played about 15 minutes of this, so we're going to be going blind after that. And so I'm just going to stick it on normal for now, and we can experience this game together. The game was developed pretty much, I don't want to, oh, there's no voiceover in the intro, so the game was developed by Thomas Happ, who, he worked for a studio, he worked for the studio that put out Grey Goo, but supposedly this was, like a hobby project of his. He's been working on it for 4 or 5 years, just kind of in his basement. He made basically the entire game, he programmed it, he did all the art assets, he did all the music. And we see the story is playing out here because it's got story. But, and apparently, like I said, it's a love letter to the classic Metroid games, and once you start playing it, if you're familiar with, like, the original Metroid, it's got a lot of the look of the original Metroid, but it seems to have the design sensibilities of Super Metroid and Metroid Prime. I also love this intro where they're not going to explain what he was doing. He was doing some kind of science. And, you know, it involved things and waves and stuff, and then it all went wrong. Yeah. As science is wont to do. Actually, the opening reminds me very much of, oh, what the hell was it? Out of This World? I guess it was called Another World when it was released on the PC, and then it got released on the Super Nintendo as Out of This World. Apparently the guy's name is Trace, which is awesome. Also, his sideburns are pretty rockin' there. Or mutton chops, I guess they are. So, basically this is a save station, which does it restores all your health. Health is in the upper left-hand corner. In the upper right is a mini-map, which, you can access the map. One of the neat features I like about this game that I discovered is that you can actually, set reminders on the map. So if you find something, I don't know, the map is really friggin' tiny though. But you can set these reminders, a number 1 and a number 2, to remind you of stuff. Other than that, the only controls we have right now are moving left and right and jumping. None of the other buttons actually do anything yet. When I first started playing this, I actually thought the graphics were kind of bland. So just notice the colors are a bit washed out and there's no background. And even in here, the background is pretty minimal. game here kind of... You can't run through these blood bubbles. I don't know what they actually are. I've been calling them blood bubbles. But the game is just doing this to make sure that you figured out how to move and jump. A high-tech biomechanoid weapon. I like the, like, how does he know that? And it's kind of neat how the game now sort of comes to life, where the, you know, you get a better background and colors are washed out, or colors came back, and the music started. The music in this game is pretty kickin'. You know, it would have taken exactly as much effort to say he as to say the name of the thing that was after me. So now with the gun, we can fire. Pretty rapid fire. Fire in 8 directions. You can duck and fire. And also you can lock position by holding down the left trigger or the left bumper. And fire in the 8 different directions. And that's pretty much it. And we can't get back out the way we came. We can't make this jump. So immediately that sort of forces us to discover that we can fire through the blood bubbles. And then we can see that they come back. Also discovered that the blood bubbles will not come back if you are standing in them. But they will come back pretty quickly thereafter. And now with the gun, you'll notice that the game was already doing the sort of Metroid-y corralling us, where we couldn't go to the right because we didn't have the tool we needed to access it. I'm not going to point out all of the similarities between this and Metroid, because it's pretty much... it's definitely a spiritual successor to Metroid, and I think it actually works pretty well, as I will show off shortly. But for right now, it's starting us off with simple enemies that move in predictable patterns. We have our first vertical section. We can go up, but we'll take the path of least resistance and head to the right. And immediately encounter these blocks in the floor that are an oddly different pattern. Shooting at them does nothing, and I have no other button that will do anything, so... With the familiarity with Metroid games, I know I'm probably going to have to come back that way soon. And in the next door, we encounter this pink force field. It's a wall. And it doesn't hurt me. And the sphere is up there. And no idea what that is. So, again, the game is teasing me with problems, so that later when I have the solutions, I'll know where to go. So hopefully all of this sticks in my head. And I could actually be using the reminder system here, you know, and remind myself of those 2 things. The only problem with the reminder system is you're limited to just adding 2 notes to the map. Note 1 and Note 2. So, I don't know how many different obstacles the game throws at you that you have to remember, because like I said, I haven't gotten very far into it. Also, I'm getting a little bit of lag on the game because I'm trying to stream it, but it's manageable. Stream still looks good. So now we have this first enemy here, and we get a chance to engage it, but we can see that it spews out these purple flies that move in a circular pattern, and periodically the purple flies will fire downward. And this first one has this platform above it, so that we can actually deal with it without having to put ourselves in the line of fire. That's actually kind of a standard trick, and Metroid and Mega Man are both pretty heavily use that trick of giving you a chance to deal with an enemy before when it doesn't have a way to engage you back, so that you can learn how to deal with it. Also, you'll notice I'm getting those little red blood pickups, which is apparently health. Even though I haven't taken any damage, I can figure that out, because when I pick them up, they fly up to the left and go to my health meter. This game is extremely bloody. Whoa. don't know if I found this guy before. He's kind of a big guy. Oh. Huh. I don't know if I saw this room earlier. But again, they started him up above, and they started him locked up above this. That's odd. Not quite sure what to make of that. It hurts me when I touch it, but it looks like it has the look of a glitch. Like the graphics are glitching out, but you know, that's something I would expect from an NES game, but not. So clearly, it's intended. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna play dumb here. Obviously, that's a part of the game. I just don't know what it means yet. So now, this enemy we could go down there and engage it, and then we would have to actually maybe dodge those bullets, or we can use, you know, use the ability to aim our fire downward and do it like that. And eventually, it's going to keep throwing us... Ah, I'm getting a lot of lag. I'm going to